Okay, I think we're live. We'll see in the chat in a couple of seconds if we are. Hi guys, welcome to this second leg of the Endless Day stream. We are about to embark on a journey. With me here today we have Will Be Fast, and we're about to play Endless Legends. That sounds amazing. So what are we going to do?
We're going to be trying to survive against a necrophage onslaught playing as Volters.
Okay, so if you guys have been paying attention, basically we released yesterday the comic, the Volters comic, which is telling the story of how the last Volters escaped from Orga on board the Argosy, and well, basically it was a story rife with a lot of bugs, mostly, you know, the aggressive bite your face kind. So that's what we're going to be playing now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so so can you tell us a bit more about the settings of the of this game?
All right, so this is essentially a full bug part game. So we've got a whole bunch of necrophage empires on every side of us, and here is our empire in blue in the middle, kind of crushed between them, and we are at war currently with everyone.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be able to pull this off because a little bit rusty. You know, it's been a little while. I'm hoping the chat will let me know if I do anything too horribly stupid. But we've already got a few necrophage armies on the way to give us hell. So hopefully we're going to be able to teleport some units around and deal with all that.
Because that's the thing Volters can do as well in Endless Legends.
Indeed, indeed.
If you've only played Endless Space, you know, you might know them as the TP guys. Well, they have TP in Endless Space too, in Endless Legend too. Actually, usually we have a bunch of people in the chat who do give us a hand. They tend to be, you know, the VIPs, but considering that this is the Endless Day tonight, we have the Beer Together event and everything.
Yes.
Some of them are actually will be joining us, but they will be just watching from the shadows. So I don't expect them to be bothering us too much, hopefully, but maybe they'll have some advice and maybe you guys will see them. We'll see what happens. Okay, so what are your armies basically? Just give us
up my sleeves. No, I have I have some units stashed here, there, and everywhere. I think probably what I want to be doing is marshalling them where the bugs are. I've also got this chap who's just wandering around picking up
an ally hero. Huh?
Yeah, I do like those ally heroes.
So we're playing with all the expansions, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's deal with the most important problems first. I think this guy is probably the biggest risk we've got coming for us at the moment. And we don't have a huge amount of stuff in there. So what can we grab from elsewhere? I think probably we can take this chap out and just pop him over to this city here.
So do you want to tell us about maybe the text you've researched? Have you done anything special so far? Because we're starting at turn 91, so the game's already well advanced.
Yeah. Well, I would say that I've advanced the quest right up to the end. That was kind of my big priority.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're essentially trying to prepare the Argosy in order to get the heck off this planet, hopefully before the bugs descend on us and tear us to little pieces.
And then lay eggs in our warm bodies.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm up to Era 4. Haven't researched any boats, obviously. We've got a no water map.
We have a question from the chat. Do you get any handicaps? What's the difficulty level?
I've just set it on hard for now.
Okay, because you've got like 6 other enemies, or
yeah, but they'll be, you know, being necrophages, they'll be fighting each other as well.
That's what we're counting on, right?
Yeah.
Good.
In terms of score, I'm not doing super well. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, I can probably activate that. Let's see. Do I need fortification? I probably do.
Probably going to be very interesting.
Sometime in the very near future. Let's hit that.
Oh my god, you guys cannot tell, but you know, this room has been lit up for a while and it is extremely warm in here. It must be like 26. We're roasting.
I'm feeling very comfortable.
Oh yeah, because Will Be Fast, of course, being Australian and being just back from Australia, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's feeling the warmth from home.
This is the epitome of comfort.
Oof, I am just, oh my god. Oh, there's water. Thank you. Wow.
Right.
This is the worst. I'm toasting here.
Okay, let's see. Can they deal with me with 3? I don't think they can, honestly. I think they're going to be destroyed. Let's just see what happens.
What's your favorite factions in Endless Legend? Oh boy. I think I really enjoy playing the Ally. Mostly because I'm never one to micromanage much, and the good thing with the Ally is that because you tend to play tall with like fewer cities than you would normally. Like they're not cultist level tall, but this way you can just make sure that your few cities are done right, and then you just try and pick the places that make the most sense for your faction, and you just lay fallow, let the rest lay fallow. I don't know about you.
I really like
of course you've designed most of them, so
yeah. I mean, obviously I have a particular. Oh, you sneaky little person! Look, he's gone off here to this undefended place. Interesting. I do like the way that AI is handling this situation.
Just chiming in here from a question from the YouTube chat. We get chat from Twitch and YouTube. I think maybe Periscope. I'm not sure. Anyway. We get a bunch of these, so don't worry, we'll see your comments.
All right. Yeah, in terms of my favorite factions, I mean, obviously the Ally and the Morgor I can't really pick because, I worked on design for both of them, so they're like my babies. In terms of the factions that came before, I do quite like the Forgotten. I was sort of partially involved in them, but just towards the very end. And I even though they're not a great kind of straight up, effective race, it's great fun. I should say faction, sorry. It's great fun kind of spying and stealing technology and running around with invisible flying units and just pillaging stuff. Even if it ultimately doesn't end up being particularly effective, you can play them really kind of dust.
We've seen a couple of people actually really promote the very
just go
buy all the technology and get a science victory with the people who cannot do science.
Yeah, I mean you can get all the roving clans heroes. I do like roving clans as well, actually, especially their heroes. Very good for dust snowballing.
Of course.
All right, so I have a problem to solve right now, which is these guys. I'm going to have to engage them somehow because they're not going to.
So, Ouija, you were saying you're doing your dissertation on Endless Legend. Do you want to tell us more about it? Like what kind of is this like some sort of master's thesis or high school level, or do tell us more. I think everybody in chat is interested as well. I mean, we actually I don't know if you guys know that, but we had a teacher from a university in England reach out to us saying that for his computer science class, he was actually offering to his students to create some mods in Endless Space 2, and they reached out to us for help and see if we could provide documentation and everything. So I think it's we all thought it was really cool that actually students would get to actually work on a real game, and in the end, once they're done, I think it's going to be a few months off still. We're gonna actually not rank, but give feedback on the mods and what they think of them. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and obviously Endless Space 2, we put in a lot of work to try and make the AI as moddable as possible, so that academics and students and so on could essentially pull out the AI and kind of replace it. We're hoping to see some of that at some point.
Oh yeah, we're actually gonna get I guess pretty soon the results of the ModDB contest, which was going until the 13th of January, I think, or the 14th. And there are some pretty cool prizes. I think it's run by ModDB, so we're not exactly 100% on where they are in their selection process, but we're really looking forward to seeing the results. Especially we've seen I think over 15 mods created especially for the contest. So pretty cool things actually happening with mods. I'm not sure that I've seen many mods actually deal with AI. Probably because you need to enable modding tools to actually be able to see the AI things, and it's not as straightforward as modding XML really, I think. But we do have documentation. That's your kind of stuff. We have some stuff on the forums on the Games Together. So if you want to check that out, that's the kind of stuff you're interested in, if you have questions, you can always ask us and we'll forward the questions to the designers and say, this is your number one priority, answer that person now. So the answer from Luigi is, I'm in my third year of university on a game design course. I wrote about the representation of mechanics through the leaders the player sees for the first time, then explain how the mechanics are connected through signifiers. Does signifier have a purely linguistic meaning here, or is this a game design term that I'm not aware of?
I think you'll probably need to go into what you mean exactly by signifiers, Luigi. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Semiotics, all right.
I wish I more than passingly remember these words.
There's an interesting book I'm reading at the moment on situational game design by Brian Upton, where he talks about the creation of meaning from a semiotics point of view, where it's kind of, transactional, like I am sending you symbols and you are decoding these symbols. I would look into that book because it's quite interesting. He has a sort of alternative take on what meaning is and how it's created. Meaning as a kind of changing of like your internal brain structure in response to absorbing a game or a film or something. I should probably just play. I'm really hesitating here because I feel like I'm going to be trounced by one of these armies very soon, and I can keep teleporting my dudes around and hopefully.
I mean, you do lose your movement if you do teleport.
Yeah, I can't actually put him back in. What we probably need is a design that's not going to cost us any strategic resources. So let's just go for all dust.
What was the reason to choose the Sister of Mercy as the starting minor faction for the Volters? Obviously, it would have to be an Endless Legend faction to explain the presence on the Arcasy, but why the Sisters of Mercy in particular? Well, the thing is, I think from a narrative point of view, it made a lot of sense to have the Sisters of Mercy as they're another... I'm not sure if they're human or at least humanoid. Well, they sure look like the rest of the humanoid factions in Endless Legend. So the feeling was that they would mesh fairly well with a society of Volters, other humans as well. Especially considering they're a warlike / healer faction. So it really makes sense that they would also fit a faction that is scientists, but with a warlike component as well. And also, they're, I don't know about you guys, William, but I would think they're benevolent, even though sometimes in the law it says, yeah, they're really to help, but also put you out of your misery with your sword. So they could be perceived as, not necessarily exactly nice, but I think they have this feeling of benevolence, at least. So, you put the good guys together, or the people who do appear to be good guys together. So yeah, basically what Count Blue said, but with a lot more words. Are you planning to get more of the Endless Legend factions into ES2? Personally, I would love to have the Broken Lords. Two sides to this question. First off is more Endless Legend factions to ES2. We're not saying no to that, but of course we're not announcing anything for the future of Endless Space 2 just yet. Of course, we're working on the future of Endless Space 2 as we speak. Well, not us, but actual people.
Actual
people. Yeah, we're just pretend people here. I'm made of like 50% lasagna and 20% beer. But as for the Broken Lords, I think the case for those guys in particular would be that they're basically dust vampires in a suit of armor. Does that ring a bell in Endless Space 2? Of course, they do play differently from the Vodiani, but from a lore perspective, they're really close to that some sort of ecological niche. So I think that could be a bit of an overlap. And thematically, considering that we're going for very different factions, very asymmetrical gameplays, but also very different origins as well, origin stories if possible. I would think that they might not be the first one on the list of factions that could make it back into Endless Space 2. Wow, that was a lot of might and could and if. Let's see. I play Endless Legend and Endless Space 2 and I feel the AI is completely different. That's because it is. In a challenge point of view, Endless Legend is way harder than the same level of difficulty in comparison to ES2. Is there a project to get that better? Well, basically you have to see that difficulty in a game is based on various amount of factors, sorry. And some of these are directly tied to your opponents. Some others are tied to the galaxy generation. Let's say if you don't get resources or you get terrible planets or terrible places to settle in Legend, you're going to be struggling. The truth of the matter is there are a lot more systems for the AI to play with, which sometimes means that it doesn't necessarily master one as well as a player would, or it doesn't have the oversight or the kind of a long game view that a player would, trying from the start to angle for a particular technology, 50 years down the line. I think that Endless Space 2 is a harder game to balance in this respect, just because there's so many more flying pieces. I don't know about you. Well, you're the designer here, so you would probably know better than me.
Yeah, I mean, Endless Space 2's AI is nothing like Endless Legends AI. It was completely...
Yeah, also that, of course.
It was completely overhauled.
Yeah.
From the ground up. Like, literally, there was nothing essentially that we kept. Endless Space 2, the AI in Endless Space 2 is everything that we learned from Endless Legends AI. If we had to do it all again from nothing, what would we do? And that ended up working pretty well. But to then do that in Endless Legend essentially would mean kind of essentially doing the same thing in Endless Legend, which is, scrapping everything and starting over, which we're not... I don't think that would be a good idea at this point. Obviously the next game we make, we will probably take Endless Space 2's AI as a basis rather than Endless Legends AI. And it's really nice to see that we've made progress, but I think I'm doubtful that we're going to be able to just port all of that over to Legend.
Okay. The Mulgore are probably the most thematically appropriate and unique faction for ES2 based on their faction quest. Well, that's not inaccurate, I guess. Although I think we have the niche of ugly ass endless experiments full already. I mean, in Endless Legend, of course, we had the Necrophages and the Mulgore, and I think they were the only ones that were, actually canonically endless creations or endless experiments. So I'm not sure that, I don't know. I guess there's a point to be made for the Mulgore, really. What I really liked about the Mulgore in particular was their whole, interacting with minor factions, which I think would work really well in Endless Space 2. I would be curious to see, that kind of system ported to it. Of course, we've made, I think, very, very significant progress in the way you interact with minor factions in Endless Space 2. With the diplomacy and the fact that now you can interact with pirates, which are separate from, homeworld fleets from minor factions. So I think probably that would be very, very different, just because you can use privateers and just, use money to make the bad people go away. But still, that would be an interesting system. The roving clan manned the Grail in a desperate bid to escape Orga with as much dust as possible in the cargo hold. After all, of all the remaining Endless Legend factions, they are the only ones with the motive and the dust to buy capacity to rebuild the ship and an overcharge of the... What?
I'm just celebrating because I didn't lose my city.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't look like a victory. Why are you happy? Good.
Because the prediction was like, you are totally losing this, and I was like, no, I am totally not.
That's good. That's good.
So there.
Good job.
Just goes to show that still hanging on somehow.
What next? Oh, someone was asking about the Harmony. I mean, I really like the Harmony as a faction in the Space 1. Mostly because they really offer a very, very dramatically different way of playing, and I like something that I never did with other factions was just having ships hanging around. My systems for the synergy bonus that they would give you to FIDS production, and that was really, really cool to have that happen with the Harmony. Now, I think we have some passing references to the Harmony in the way of the pulses, and I think maybe an event or two mention them. They're a bit antithetical to some of the aspects of the rebooted lore up to a point. Basically, it would be fairly, I think, they would basically come into the story like barreling, going for the throat of the Vodiani and whoever is responsible for the crystal explosion for the Grail at the start of the pretty much every faction intro. Just because it's like, oh my god, stop putting this dust everywhere. Would they still work with the the current Endless Space 2 mechanics? I'm not sure. I think they would be probably very different because you get to basically in terms of gameplay mechanics, you're encouraged to build a lot of ships, but then they sort of just hang around and not do much. And I don't think that's very interactive. I think Endless Space 2, as Endless Legend as well for that matter, did a much better job of trying to keep your fleet interactive and to give you things to do with your exploration fleets and the more renewed emphasis on exploration. So they would have to be done different is what I'm saying basically. Wow,
Yeah,
I can really talk for like 20 minutes without stopping. That's great.
Yeah, and we have the Lumaris as well as a very kind of trade-focused faction.
Mhm.
So, and we have the Vojani as a very kind of I guess mobile, nomadic faction. So those kind of aspects of the roving clans have already been done.
Oh, you remind this person in chat of the musician Kaku. Is that somebody you know? Is that an artist you know?
Ooh, no, I am uncultured as anything about everything except for video games.
Well, if that's because of the hair, I think you shouldn't really get used to it because, Will Be Fast tends to just change on a whim.
Yeah, I shaved my hair once completely.
Yeah, this is the current iteration of the Will Be Fast, but Will Be Fast once had a mustache, nothing, no hair whatsoever. He's going places, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to, try out new things, see what happens. Production line, I like that. Right.
I think we're patching the Volters DLC in that we still had a few things to put in a few internal issues to correct before we release it, which was one of the reasons we couldn't just let you guys play it when we mistakenly made it actually available from the start last week. So there will be, I think, a patch, but I'm not sure it will be, the kind of public patch. It's just a change to that thing you couldn't really access already. So I'm not sure what we'll be doing with patch notes. I don't think there will be any. I'll have to check with the producers, which is just one more thing on the long list of things I have to do today before we receive some of you guys tonight for the beer together. So that's going to be a very, very busy day. So what's going on now?
They're attacking me again. So
you're defending the city. You're not outside the city, are you?
I'm still. I'm sending a relief force, but I wasn't quick enough on the clicks to get it. To get my hit in before. Let's get my army in before they attack me. So what I need to do is get rid of these guys who are fast, and then just kind of hopefully last for 6 rounds running away and firing.
Wait, your units are those 2 guys?
Yeah, that's what I need to get. I need to get rid of him. He's going to attack him and die.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that happens, I'm going to want this guy may be able to get... I probably want to...
You're going for the hero?
I probably want to pull him back to there and attack them, actually. Oh, I meant the hero. Oh, never mind. Hopefully...
Oof.
Alright.
Okay.
They did attack the hero, which is really considerate of them. And he's got initiative on me, so there's not a lot I can do to stop him from doing that.
Yep.
So he's going to keep the initiative. So I can only just yeah. This is why initiative is useful, guys.
Yeah, this is what your armies build.
Yeah, city captured.
Okay, that's already one down. Someone in chat was saying you should definitely upgrade your army because we don't want you to lose too fast. And I think that's really encouraging.
It's nice. It's nice. I do like the fact that people don't want me to lose, even against those lovely bugs who are just so wonderfully lovely. Oh, but look, what have we here? Another army.
Someone was saying, hello, I just got SEB in Endless Space 2. Can I keep him in the game after the event, or will he be locked out? Actually, once you've unlocked him through the quest, he will be part of the rotation of heroes, so you might just get him randomly again.
Aha, I have initiative with 2 of my units.
Someone was saying, hi guys, great to see some Endless Legends streamed. Well, I mean, you know, it's the Volters release. The Volters are everywhere, so I think it's nice that every once in a while we get to play some of our other games. Just because, especially Endless Legend, I think still has an active community. And it's interesting that you guys get to see that we still love it, and even though maybe now we're a little less proficient at it, you know, there's still a lot to be talked about, to be discussed. Someone was saying, I remember Jeff saying that the fan theories about the Craver and Necrophage relation are very interesting. What do you guys think? Well, basically, I think it's a case of, you know, you see that guy has a new toy, you want your new toy as well, and I think they're each a reaction to the other. I don't know which of the, you know, the chicken or the egg came first, but considering that one is the product of the concrete and the other the virtuals, it would stand to reason that each was trying to, you know, just create their own.
I'm really angry.
Basically,
I'm
what's going on?
That's 2 misses in the same round. That's
no good. Especially against those guys, the Harmonites. Like they're
disappointing. I'm very, very angry right now.
And
this is my angry face.
Okay, that's his angry face. Look.
Yeah.
Wow. And
are you scared?
Then of course, I think the Concrete Endless also created the Hisho as a gladiator race. I'm not sure if they were fighters as much as you know, prized gladiators for arena fights. But you know, it's another case of, hey, look at this new toy I have. Someone was saying, ever consider to implement other Endless games soundtrack to Endless Space 2? You can play those from the music player, but you won't get different effects from different UI. That's not a bad suggestion. I'm not sure how feasible it is. Like, we already have some soundtracks, some tracks already remixed in the game. I think especially like the Volters theme, for instance, or the main theme from Endless Space, First of the Name. So as to making them all available, that would be a cool thing. I'm not sure it's in the cards, really. Has there ever been an explanation for how the Argosy first arrived on Auriga? The Volters came on a success. Was the Argosy the rescue team's ship? Wow, I think you need Jeff for this. Like, emergency lore intervention. So I'm sorry, Krixler, I do not have an answer for you. He's usually the one who's, you know, slaloming between those lore pitfalls. So I can't really help with that. Someone was saying initiative is an OP stat. Yes. I think we will prove that. He wouldn't be where he is today, you know, already down 1 city if he actually had the initiative on the other army.
Yeah, this particular army is a little bit less terrible. Just do some damage, please. Any amount of damage is absolutely fine. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Am I actually in range with this guy? I am not. It's very sad. Is it worth getting in? I can go there actually.
What? Where are you going?
Just stand and fire everyone, please.
Okay. Someone's saying, what do you think of theory that the Cravers are the genetically modified cyborg necrophages? I don't think there's much, you know,
no,
weight to that.
Oh, why you do this? Why you do this? Oh dear.
Oh well.
My dudes.
Yeah, your dudes.
Well look. Maybe it's time for us to sue for peace. Come on, you're triumphant. Come on, I just no. I just beat you up real bad there, man.
Nice try.
Yeah, come on. You should be a little bit more respectful of
Oh,
my.
crap. So one of the problems we have with the current way the comments are displayed is that we cannot actually scroll up because we're pulling them all on Restream.io and there is no scroll up feature to see the chats. So I'm just going to try and get your questions as they see them on, as I can answer them. But if you don't get an answer and you really would like to have one, don't hesitate to post your question again. This battle looks so hard. Those Harmonites seem unstoppable.
They're pretty tough. Yeah. Honestly, I need to be at war with less people. That's kind of the thing that I need to be doing. Not being at war with everyone is.
So you're saying that the Cravers,
Please don't attack me, Sisters of Mercy. Attack him. It's his city.
The Volters in the comics are more resilient than you are.
I'm saying, like, having followed in their footsteps, I would say that my view of the situation would be, generally speaking, be at war with less people.
Do you think that maybe through the altars you could that's what I was going for. Maybe they could help. I don't know. So to those of you who do not possess Endless Legend Shifters, basically in the Altar Auriga you can unlock some watchtowers, which are basically things that are going to shoot, static defenses that are going to shoot at passing armies if they enter through a certain territory, like around them. And if you get the upgraded one, I think not only do you do more damage, but also further away. Is that it?
Yeah, I don't think it's more long ranged actually.
Okay, well, it's just more damage.
It is more damage though, yeah.
Someone is saying you should have auto-resolved. I think it would have been even worse.
I did auto-resolve. Oh, the other one you mean?
Yeah.
That's offensive. Come on, man. I think I did very well actually, considering that, I was outpunned. It's a pun involving outpunned. It's an outpunned pun.
Someone is actually in... Oh, too bad. Someone in the YouTube chat has a question that JHale, who's in the Twitch chat, could actually answer. So I'm just going to ask it, and hopefully, JHale, you'll answer typing, and I'll be able to read it out loud for the person on YouTube. Okay, Skullmaster1993 says, one thing I don't like with ES1 and EL is the simultaneous turns that sometimes force you to click fast, since those are often single-player games. Why did you make this design decision? So JHale, if you do have an answer for this, do not hesitate to type it in. It'll be my pleasure to read it out loud.
Yeah, I have a kind of answer to that.
Okay.
I mean, there is an aspect of it where the kind of tension, like, oh, I have to get them before they get me. That's kind of it is kind of part of the fun in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, I don't know how many games you've played. Like, I remember Heroes of Might and Magic 5, played quite a lot of that, and that is not simultaneous turns. You have to wait for the other person to finish their turn before you can play your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it can take a while to,
Yeah, even in Total War also has, the real-time battles.
Yeah, our friends at Creative Assembly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hi guys, if you're watching us.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Warhammer Total War with my older brother in Australia, and yeah, I mean it takes a little. No, you don't. All right, I'm gonna attack you again. Or I'm gonna. No, do I have to?
So yeah, basically the problem with non-simultaneous is that you might, especially if you have more players, end up waiting quite a bit of time, and that is not really fun. Especially, it might be because we're, all growing older and wiser, but we just tend to have less time to play games. So if you can actually just play your turn straight ahead and not have to wait for somebody else, to be doing all the meal battles and everything, it's just as well.
Take that.
What hour will the Volters DLC be online? Well, if you do go to Steam, I think the promotion, the end of the promotion should coincide with the unlocking. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the time at which people at Steam, the Valve team, actually do get in the office in Seattle, which is all the way on the other side of the United States. So that should be around that time. So I think it's between 6 and 7 French time. So about 3.5, 4 hours from now.
I'm just looking at what the requirements for this quest are.
Okay, there's another lore question. So Crixlow says, this is probably another question for Jeff, but seeing all the Harmonites is reminding me, are the Tascal from Endless Legend Victory Quest the Pulsos? And the hell if I know? I have no idea. So Jeff, if you're in the chat, please be in the chat.
They're not the same, otherwise they'd have the same name.
Yeah, but they could be related, right? But yeah, the Pulsos in Endless Space 2, they could have, name change or something. Just like the Pulsos are probably, they're a dust-infected Harmony, so they probably have a, really bad teeth ache, and that's how they became mad. A problem if you don't have a shifter expansion, the eye can get pearls. Is that expected or a bug? Really? Wouldn't that be only if the host of the game has the shifter's expansion, in which case there are pearls in the game?
If that's the case, then that's a bug.
Yeah,
but that does ring a bell, and I think we fixed that. Oh, why are you fighting me? Why would you?
Yeah, if that does happen, development is mostly wrapped up quite a bit ago on Endless Legends, but we're still interested, in knowing what kind of outlying issues the game might have. So don't hesitate to post about it on the Endless Legend forums in the bug report section on the Games Together. Is there a burn colony of system cracker feature for ES2 in the pipeline? What, the whole system? Wow. So this here person, let's see who's what name the maniac is called. Galahad wants to nuke a whole system at once. Well, that sounds like a feat for Star Wars 7. I don't think that's the kind of stuff you would be able to do on my watch, because that just sounds crazy. That sounds so outrageously effective that I think it would be very hard to balance around, probably. So I'm not sure we would want to go that route, but of course J-Hell would probably be able to answer that as well.
I'm thinking the best defense is offense right now, so I'm going to attempt to offend the.
Do you mean attack? Offend? You're going to say mean things about his.
Yeah, that's
sister.
right. You're mean, and currently I can.
Oh, you're doing spying stuff.
50. No, hang on. 2 turns. I could knock his fortification down by 50%. How good is this army? How good are these idiots?
So is the crystal that that was brought to the Grey Hall? Does the crystal that was brought in the Grey Hall contain Lost from Auriga? Wouldn't you like to know? Of course, I think that's kind of a, we're keeping a bit of leeway on that one for Jeff to do his thing. Next time we need some very far out, way of explaining something away. That would probably be that. But of course, a lot of things are riding on the Grey Hall and its fate in Endless Space 2. So it was probably quite a busy ship, I think. Probably a lot of people in there.
All right.
Sorry, Paul.
We're doing this. We are totally doing this.
Someone's asking whether there are plans to make the heroes in Endless Space 2 work like the heroes in Endless Legend, equipment-wise, and I have to say, actually, you do have a way to do that. Bad because mad, because I can actually fit your ship the way you would just gear up your heroes in Endless Legend. So that's pretty much the same system. Especially considering that heroes don't actually they don't take part in ground battles or anything. So far that's the way it's set up to be. Oh, so Jeff is in a meeting right now. Well, too bad. I guess those are some questions you will probably be able to ask later. in the day, and he might be watching at that point, and then he might answer. Are things going poorly again?
Things are always going poorly. This is, this is the end of the world as we know it. But I feel fine.
Thank you for the earworm. Law question: the Argosy crashed on Orga before or after the events of Dungeon of the Endless? Well, that's getting really specific. I wouldn't know whether the Argosy crashed before or after the success.
Please just kill these guys.
Again, a question for Jeff. There's always a couple of active lore threads on the forums on the Games Together, so do not hesitate to drop your questions. Direct all of your lore questions to Jeff, who, together with what's his forum name, Story Engine, Steve or other writer, will be able to answer you guys.
I think I may have bitten off more than I can chew here.
So your attack of are you attacking a city, or what, were you still defending one of yours?
I tried to attack their city, but unfortunately they had a reinforcement army waiting to back it up. My plan would have been a brilliant military success had it not been a brilliant military failure. I'm not sure if this is salvageable, and I'm not sure if there's much point me really giving orders to my guys, considering the degree to which I'm dominated in terms of initiative. And they're going to have a whole bunch of Battleborn after this. I'm just ramping up the difficulty for myself.
Great fair. Never be afraid of posting on the forums because you think that your ideas are stupid. People have, people post stupid ideas all the time. It's not, it would be, at worst, no one talks about it ever again. And, on the other hand, if people like it, may get some traction, get some support, and eventually we'll look at it.
Yeek.
Also, for those of you who haven't paid attention, this is an exclusive preview of the t-shirts we'll be giving to the people joining us tonight for the beer together.
They're pre-shirts.
Free shirts?
It's like a portmanteau.
Of what?
Pre and t-shirt.
Yeah, but pre in what capacity?
Preview.
Oh, so okay, so
Preview
this is the
t-shirt.
pre-shirt then.
Pre-shirt.
Because they're okay. All right. Well, I'm never going to use that word.
I'm
it's
underappreciated in this company sometimes.
Well, thank God you're not
Maxence
here.
is the only
puns.
person who understands my sense of humor.
Yeah, that's because his is just as bad as yours.
That's Medoc, by the way, in case you're wondering who Maxence is. Medoc has a great sense of humor.
Oh, is Volume 2 of Last Flight of the Grail, a possibility? It always is. Although I think right now we're already. We're again in talking of creating a collaborative story. I think especially the comics. A lot of people are really interested in seeing some more in this lore. That's the feedback we're getting anyway. And it's a great moment to be exploring that kind of stuff. So we may be seeing more collaborative storytelling, but not necessarily about the Grail itself. So we'll see what happens with that.
This is looking dire indeed.
When is the Dust Together event? I guess that's when we all get rich. So tell all your friends, your family to buy the Volters.
Green's back.
Are we planning any more content for Endless Legend or a sequel? I mean, we know that Endless Legend's big fan favorite. It's one of the reasons we're playing it right now, because it really holds up well, and I think it really warms our heart to know that it's a game that is still making like the top X of all time games, whether in terms of strategy or just in terms of uniqueness. So we know it's really present in you guys' hearts and minds, I guess. But at the moment, of course, we're kind of full steam ahead on this phase 2, so we don't have any content for Endless Legend to announce or talks of a sequel really. But gone? Question mark, but not forgotten.
Not Forgotten because the Forgotten is already a faction.
Exactly, not Forgotten because the Forgotten is already in there.
It's just so ripe for puns, that faction. It's a great pun
please
faction.
Stop. Oh, please don't stop. I guess maybe chat likes it. So yeah, what credence do you lend personally as a person who's worked on them a bit to the theory that the Forgotten were maybe able to either smuggle themselves aboard the Grey or the Argosy, sorry, or maybe hide with the Volters in the vaults themselves?
Well, I mean, the Forgotten and the Volters absolutely hate each other. Well, the Forgotten hate the Volters, and the Volters kind of look at the Forgotten as,
that moment we did really bad things.
Yeah, that kind of that mistake, yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure the Forgotten would try. It's very much in there. Oh goodness, look who I picked a fight with.
Oh God. Did you manage to exchange maps? I wasn't paying attention.
I stole their visions. So.
Oh God! Yeah, they're massive. Oh boy! And they took one of your cities. Oh yeah, they're the one at the top.
Yeah. So that was good stuff. I think a defensive strategy from this point on may be
in order.
In order. Hey, do you want a truce? No, you're necrophages. You never want truces.
Of course.
This is the part where I say to myself, I wrote this AI, and now it's killing me. Well, I didn't write this AI. To be honest, that was Florian and Adrian. I just tweaked the little...
So that's Tortilla and Tisho for those of you who actually pay attention to the Meet the Team articles.
Yeah. Man with a beard and man without a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chat, what do I do?
Someone's saying just don't end the turn, and this way you don't lose. That's a good strategy. That's
the only winning move is not to play.
Hey, that's Ender's Game?
No, War Games, isn't it?
Oh yes, War Games. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I had games. That's good.
Well, I'm still spying on you, but you're now building.
What is it?
I can't remember which one this is, but this is an anti-spying building. Let's see. That will be.
Someone's saying you need glass, steel, and armor.
I need lots of whatever my holy resource is going to be, so I can build the.
Have you selected it already?
I have. I need to be very clever about. I need to get 60 of this.
Well, we just got a little over 5 minutes to go, so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to lose in the next 5 minutes, so I guess that's a good sign.
Victory.
Victory at sea. Alright. So...
Someone's saying you should sell faster for the next game. It is true that the necrophages are a late game powerhouse, but that you could contain them probably if you were aggressive early. But the problem would be that we wouldn't be in the situation trying to really play, the last stand of the Volters if we had, rampage through necrophage hives in the early turns of the game, especially with 6 opponents. One of them was bound to actually, get some momentum.
This all comes from the Volters being, too proud, saying to themselves, we don't need to settle fast, we can take our time. We're the Volters, and we can declare war on all the necrophages. We're the Volters. It's fine. We'll be fine, And this is a cautionary tale for anyone here, looking. It's don't pick on the necrophages.
Just a bad move generally.
Yeah, just look, there's bugs. There's bugs everywhere. Look at all these bugs. This game is just full of bugs. I mean, in terms of necrophages, not in terms of actual bugs. But.
So, hold on, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, like, Atto is doing some weird stuff over there by the couch.
He's
if I'm not mistaken, what's coming up next is the Q&A
with the Volters.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Volters Q&A, I guess more general, end the space Q&A with Romain.
Yeah.
Question mark. Have you localized? Well, have you found him?
Not yet.
He's running around, so we're gonna be playing, I think, until we manage to get our hands on the boss, because he's extremely busy. It's a thing, bosses tend to be. So in the meantime, if you have some parting questions, we can totally take them. Yeah, some people are really saying you should go for tanks, and really the thing with the Volters is that I think they have this big construct unit. I don't remember the name of it. That is tanky. It's like Era 2.
Yeah. So that would have been good to have a few turns ago.
Yeah, like 10 turns ago maybe.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I took over from an AI in this match, just so I could get up to a situation where it's a fairly advanced game.
That was a tragic situation, I guess.
And I'm kind of looking at the AI and going, this empire you built me, man. It's and all these necrophages you've declared war on. I'm just why you do this? I mean, it fits really well with the comic, but I'm looking at this and saying to myself, you're not going to win, Green. You're not going to win.
Yes, but what is on the expansion unlocks later today.
Yeah. So if I'm lucky, Green being near the quest victory will get Purple to aggro on them instead of me. Let's hope.
Someone's saying, yeah, you should keep telling yourself you'll be fine because the AI is kind of styling on you.
It's fine.
And yes, it does seem to be styling on him. Well, not exactly making fun of him, which I guess the AI in Endless Space 2 would. With those
I don't know who they are. Actually, I'm spying on them, so I can have a look at who they're. I mean, they're at war with Pink. And Pink is apparently exhausted. I think this used to be Pink. So honestly,
some of it, anyway.
Yeah. So no, I think actually, yeah, sort of like that. So my theory is, if they're not destroying me utterly at the moment, it's probably because they're busy finishing Pink off. That would be my theory.
What are the names of your opponents? Spix of Steel, Belly Slicer.
Lovely, just proud,
What are the other two names?
Of the New Hampshire Belly Slicers, I stole that joke from Acquisitions Incorporated.
I have
and I'm
never
very
heard
proud
of that, so okay, that sounds good.
As long as you admit to stealing things, it's fine. It's actually not fine.
Legal advice from William Dice.
Not a lawyer. I'm going to stay in my house. I'm staying. The walls are good. Volters have a whole bunch of defensive improvements, which I have been building for just such an eventuality. I would really love some new units as well.
Okay.
Ones with initiative.
Well, we're gonna be wrapping up here, I think, which I guess is really a case of Saved by the Bell, just because I can also have my bad pop culture references.
I reckon we're well on our way to winning.
Yeah.
All I need to do is accumulate 60 of a strategic resource, plus the cost of the booster. Then I could build the resource magnetron, and then I'm gonna have two remaining chapters to complete before I finish the quest.
Okay.
Get off this planet.
Well, good. Best of luck with that.
I think it's in the bag, man. It's in the bag.
Yeah, almost.
Because Purple's gonna get distracted.
So the last question: what are the plans of the Volters DLC? You should be asking 5 minutes from now. So really, because guys, we're gonna be taking a break now. Thank you for joining today. We'll be fast. I hope you had fun. It certainly was very pleasant to watch you struggle. And you achieved unlocked an achievement that was that's 10 turns played on this account, I guess.
Yeah. I was thinking that's not my account.
That's not your account, definitely not. So yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes with a Q&A stream. We'll be talking about the Volters DLC, expansion. DLC. That's not accurate enough. It's too generic. And yeah, we'll be taking your questions, talking about the features generally. So if you have some questions, you thought about a question, now's a good time to really think harder about it. Note it down, and we'll be back. So now I'm going to look at the camera until Ato just cuts to black. Please do this now.
Bye, guys.